It's all kinds of fun. We are just back to the house, and now we're going to have to spend the next couple of hours washing these things because they are filthy. I think I need 2 showers just to get all the mud off of me. Hey everybody, I just got back from a little bit of an adventure in the Black Hills. I went out there to put a very, very big window into a very big house. The owner of the house is actually a friend of my father-in-law's, and they convinced him to go out there and put the window in because he couldn't find anybody locally to do it, and I went out there to help. It was just kind of a fun little trip. We got a day of labor and then a day of riding side-by-sides through the hills and had all kinds of fun, got really dirty, ate really well, and now I'm back home doing some work. The day I left, it was cold enough that I started a fire in the furnace in the basement to keep the house warm when I left, and I got back, and it was summer. It's like 82 degrees. It was yesterday anyway. It's almost too hot for t-shirt kind of weather. But I got home, the weather was nice, and I started doing some work real quick because it was nice enough out. I cut up a bunch of branches, a bunch of really high branches off of some of these trees. Now they don't scrape the top of the truck when you drive in underneath it. And the other thing I did was I had a very large dog kennel against this side of the shop, and for a while I thought that I was going to use it quite a bit, just let my dogs be out there. But my dogs are pretty good dogs and they don't wander, so I let them be outside most of the time without being contained. The younger one, Knox, ends up on the leash that's tied to a stump that I've got to cut out for now. But if he's out for too long, he's got to be on that leash so he doesn't get, too rangy, too carried away. But anyway, this is a project that's coming up, and I took the kennel down and moved over to the chicken coop on the other side, and we'll go look at that in a minute. But what I need to do here is cut the weeds, till the dirt, and plant grass seed here so that I have just kind of a nicer spot in this. I guess this is technically the front yard. So I took that down yesterday, didn't run any camera work, just needed to get it down. And then over here on the other side is where we put some of those panels. Weren't sure, there's occasionally a time where it's nice to have, glass on the ground, get some of this garbage out of here. There's occasionally some times when it's nice to have that kennel, just a quick way to lock the dogs up. Maybe somebody pulls in the driveway and I got to get them under control in a hurry. Like the UPS guy, when he shows up, I'll throw the dogs in the kennel, usually on the other side. So I put these 4 panels up against the chicken coop because it gives me, an extra chunk of wall that I don't need fence panels for. And this is here maybe temporarily. If I don't use this a single time in the next year, then it's coming down and I'll do something else with it. But then the other panels went to be another segment on the chicken coop. So since the flock grew by another 50%, I figured their outdoor enclosure should be a little bit bigger. So we put 3 new panels in this. We just moved that wall out to here, put a panel on either side, and then the roof is now a panel too, which is a lot stronger and it stands up to wind and snow really well, way better than this crappy mesh stuff that's tearing. And you got to have a roof on it. You might think maybe for predators, keep birds out of there, that sort of thing, but it's actually because these birds have a really, really good vertical, and they don't really fly, but they can flap hard enough that they could just hop right over the top of that thing and get out. So they're all penned in. Nothing can really get in. Nothing can really get out unless I want them to. And yes. What's pretty interesting is they can destroy ground incredibly quick. If you see underneath the chickens, see how there's almost no green grass left? That spot looked like this yesterday. So nice work, you dirty birds. Way to destroy the grass. Anyway, that's what I did yesterday. Today I'm going to run in the house and go do a bunch of video editing. And the next thing I'm going to have to do is what am I going to do? I left and it was brown grass. I got back and now I have green grass that's growing fast. So I think by the weekend I'm probably going to need to mow, which means oil change on the lawnmower and on the tractor, sharpen blades on the lawnmower, sharpen blades on the mower deck for the tractor, and then get that mounted and leveled out and ready to go. So I've got a lot of barn work to do here in the next couple of days. Anyway, that's what we're getting up to next, and we'll talk to you later. All right, I'm not going to make you watch that hunt play out because, well, this isn't a hunting channel. This is a woodworking DIY type channel. I just wanted to show you that the work we put into building that ground blind has paid off. My youngest kid's first morning ever hunting, he managed to tag out on a turkey, and he couldn't be more excited. It went really well. I am excited. I've got another kid I need to get out into that blind again and see if we can get him a bird this year too. But it worked out great. I'm thrilled. Now it's time to move on to the next things. Like I mentioned just a minute ago, I'm just changing oil on the little lawnmower. I've got the deck off. I'll flip that over and get the blades out from under it. I've had some trouble with wind in this video again, which I am currently recording on a new phone, and I ordered a new microphone that matches up with this thing using the USB-C, since that's all the new stuff that everybody's using. That will be here this afternoon, so by the next vlog video, I will have better audio quality that won't fight the wind so much, I'm hoping. Speaking of wind, I hunted with my youngest in that ground blind that opening day, and then my dad was with my older kid in a pop-up blind on the other side of the property, and they walked in the dark and then found that the blind that we had set up a few nights before had been blown over and thrown into the buckthorn, and the top actually got shredded. So, along with the microphone showing up today, I've got some tenacious tape that I'll use to fix this too. It's a really strong tape that should fix that, so this thing gets a little bit more life out of it before it gets completely destroyed. Anyway, that's getting fixed. Lawnmower's got to get ready to go. We have the tractor that's going to need an oil change. I've got the forks on it because one of the next big woodworking projects I've got is this pile of wood. Actually, that's fresh off the sawmill. This is all big, thick walnut that is going to be a dining room table for my brother. So this will match the dining room table I have in my house. It's the same plans, it's the same design, it's everything, but it's going to be unnecessary walnut, and that'll go to my brother's house. So I need to haul that into the shop and get that started. And what else am I working on? I know there's other stuff. Landscaping. We talked about moving the chicken coop. We talked about the dog kennels, not moving the chicken coop, but moving the dog kennel panels and expanding the chicken coop. And I'm also planning on doing the landscaping, which is a big thing I've needed to do for a few years to try to help keep water out of the basement. That's going to be coming up, but it's been raining a lot lately, so I can't really get a load of rock here, and I can't really work in the yard with the tractor because I'll just dig it up because it's so soft and muddy. All right, so I've got a lot of work to do. One last thing. Please make sure that you are subscribed, you've hit the notifications thing, and you like this video. If you are enjoying this vlog style, which I'm actually really enjoying doing it, it's getting me motivated to get more content out there. I actually like sitting down to edit these and cut them together. But my channel needs your support to make it continue to be worthwhile. So make sure you do all of that stuff. And I need to get back to work, but check back next week for the next one. And thank you guys. We'll see you next time.